Africa has produced some of the most exceptional and brilliant leaders the world has ever seen. But for some reason, our educational system seems to be quite atrocious. Why is it said that Africa is rich in many things, but not when it comes to our minds? What can we possibly do to change this? The Sustainable Developmental Goal.
Those who are in urban areas and the urban poor. But what we've found out is that across the board, that education, the quality of education, including access, is not very equitable, meaning that there are people who have better access to better and more quality education than others. But what this means is the whole system is worse off. Very unequal societies where there's unequal level of quality education, the system as a whole does worse. And we see that whilst African countries focused on access before, we added more schools, added more benches, brought people in, we didn't necessarily think about the learning that was happening. And so we have a situation now where only about 20% of kids at age 10 can read and understand a simple sentence, and that's a real big problem.
The first part to solving a problem is knowing what it is. Once we knew educational equity is crucial, what steps have we taken to bring education of standard quality for all children regardless of who they are and where they come from? How do we keep children in school? How do we get them interested?
I think we can't change and transform our continent without political leadership. And that means African leaders have to show up. They have to understand the topic. They have to put their monies where their mouth is. They have to invest in education. That means putting 20% of your budget in education, as we said with the Uhuru Kenyatta Declaration that country signed. But it's just the basic investment we need to do in our people to make sure that they have access to quality education. And you can't have 20% of your budget without political will and that level of deep participation. And data, if you don't measure it, you won't know it. The problem that we had actually was when we focused on access, and we didn't measure learning outcomes. We failed to see that there was a disaster happening and our kids weren't learning. So we need to be able to measure, track with a fine comb, really detailed data, How many kids are in school? How many teachers? How many kids with disabilities? Where are the schools? GIS? How is it based on their learning outcomes? All of that. It should be in real time. And the third part is the policies have to be evidence-based and evidence-informed. And that way, it lasts beyond the political term. If everybody in the ministry is saying we need to focus on radical inclusion because we believe in it, because we know it's the right thing, not because our party says this is what we need to do, then you have to find the evidence and you have to find the right policies to make sure that kids with disabilities, poor kids, those pregnant girls should go to school. You have to make sure that you have integrated homegrown school feeding. So it's not just feeding and buying rice from America and bringing it, but investing in agriculture.
So in conclusion, if we can achieve equitability, if we can deliver on every single promise that we've made for our country and our continent, then every child will make a difference in the future. Every child will make the Africa that we want.